weekly commentary. We'll be discussing major pairs like BTC, DXY, Good, RUSD, GPUSD, and other major pairs. And our code report as of last week, we've been interpreting and using that code report to anticipate our next move on major pairs. All right. Let's start with BTC. As of on BTC, I gave an outlook within the community. I believe it's across all my social media for this buy program that I'm expecting market will trade into this range for a buy program. The way market use a proportion block for the buy program, and they give you confirmation on 5 minutes time frame. Market rally to the upside. Now, right here, market is already giving at least for a short-term pullback or for a complete buy continuation to the upside. We have a sweep of liquidity. After a sweep of liquidity, we have smart money presence right here. All right, this smart money presence is to induce this liquidity. After inducing it, we have another word, smart money coming in for buyer program from their manipulation. They manipulate below this low and to induce this range structure right here, right, or this internal structure, but based on this side to be range structure, right? So to induce it, after that, we have what they buying or sponsoring this movement to the upside. So we have a high, low, a high. So this second high, that is another major reason. That is another mission I do it for, especially when there's what momentum on this up movement right here. Because on 15 minutes time frame, you will see the momentum very obvious, right? So after that, expect market to come and induce the low, which market did. I mark out this setup that was yesterday. Mark out this setup. So this morning when I woke up, market was already around this area. So it has induced this liquidity and start giving out a buy program. And from my channel, I expect market would give us more buy program, except we have what a sell program for us not to be what getting this low. But until market present a setup, I'll be bullish on BTC for this high to be what, which is about 1,000 pips. All right, that is our major target on BTC. But before we go into other currencies, let's look at code report we have of last week. Now, on the code report, we start with good. On good, we notice something right here. We went from what minus 43,000 to minus 36,000 to minus 257,000. That means buyers now are coming into the market once more. So buyers are coming to the market once more on good. So if buyers are coming to the market and market is trending to the upside, this means they'll likely trend even higher. And in the last 3 months, when you check, you understand that the highest was 3,000, yet to get to that level. So that means since it's increasing now, based on the last 3 weeks, buyers are trading the market gradually. And the lowest we have in the last 3 months, because we're in March now, so that will be January. From January, the lowest we have so far will be the one we had as of what last week, or last 2 weeks, which is 236,000. That is the code report. Now we look at other code report like a New Zealand dollar. On New Zealand dollar, we noticed that as of last week, they closed what short position of what 1,000. So that's why we have what from minus 55,000 to minus 52 to minus 40,000. That means buyers are coming in on New Zealand pair. So that means New Zealand is gaining strength gradually, but you pair it with weaker currency. So I mean, just interpreting it on its own. So you look for what weaker currency on the code report to pair it with and trade alongside it with your technical analysis. Now, I also have another one, which is Japanese yen. So on Japanese yen, we understand that we are negative. Now we are in positive. Right? We went from minus 33, another 33 to 122,000. So this means buyers are still what in control, though they close about what 12,000 long position as of what last week. They close about 12,000 long position, but buyers are still what control. So that means they are not super strong, neither are they weak. So if they are not super strong, they are not weak. You can pair it with what either a weaker currency or a stronger currency, not a currency that is within it. So when you see a weaker currency, you pair it with it at least. That means JPY will be what leading at that point. So if let's say for example, if it is USD that is weak, then JPY USD JPY will likely be what trending to the downside. That is one thing you have to understand. But you also pay attention to the technical view that market is creating on that particular. We also have another COT report from on British pounds sterling. So we understand that we went from minus 579 to 29,000. So meaning what DPY is still strong as far as what market code report is what concerned. So DPY is still in control of the market. Without wasting much time again, because we have discussed about the last 3 months of it in our previous outlook. So right here again, the same thing. Arrow is what gaining strength. We went from what minus 13,000 to what? We went from minus 10,000 to what 59,000 in the last months, which is from January. Or we went from minus let's say minus 66,000 to plus 59,000. This means buyers are what coming in on arrow pairs or an arrow. Now also another one Swiss francs. We went from what minus 43,000, all right, went from minus 43,000 minus 34,000. So that means buyers are coming gradually, gradually. They are not too super fast in coming into JPY, but they are what gaining strength gradually, gradually. So at that point, you also apply your technical view to it. Now we have Canadian dollar, the same thing. Buyers are coming in gradually, gradually, gradually. Now we have Bitcoin, which is the one that we are looking at. So when you look at it from the last 3 weeks, we went from 600 what 1,800. The last 2 weeks of it was what 1,500. All right. So we went from this now to what this. So meaning what buyers are what coming in on Bitcoin, and that also supports the technical view we have currently on Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin trending to the upside. Since buyers now are coming in, that will support this buy movement, the upside. Now, that is the first thing you have to understand. So I will monitor the pair. I also give my outlook within a week on BTC. We'll continue. Now we have good. As of last week, I was not actually online this time, which was Friday. If not, I would have got this sell downward right here to the downside. It was a clear sell setup. Market give us a bullish expansion to the upside, and I gave an outlook on this particular pair, which was on Monday of it around here. That will be what buying good, and I've updated that in our channel. So the entry was around here, the first entry, the second entry right here, and uh, I took my last TP around somewhere here. All right. So, but the one I gave in the community, the first TP right here, the second TP above this high. The market continue upside. Now, right here, we have what? Bullish, a bearish expansion to the downside. After this bearish expansion, the next thing we expect is what? A market has induced this liquidity, right? So, since market has induced this liquidity, this is our old high. This is our old high. And market engulfed this high. So, meaning this is what? Resistance level. This high is resistance level. Market traded into this what? Base candle right here. Okay. Market trading to this base candle right here. After trading to this base candle, the next is what? Well, what? CRT reversal right here, which I believe some of you must have heard. All right, CRT reversal right here. We have this candle, this sell candle, we have this buy candle, and 5 minutes time frame, market offered an entry. Though I didn't take this trade because I do focus my entry mostly on higher time frame, not on lower time frame, unlike before. So you have this. Okay, so we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now we have this what continuation the upside. So I will also mark out this zone in case market give what pullback for another buy program. So I will monitor this area if market decide to give us what pullback before the buy continue. So market give that, then give a confirmation right here. I will look for a buy at least to target this high first. After that, market break this high, then this high will be a next target this high here, and majorly this external high since good is still bullish. All right, but this remain our current structure range on good. Right, this remain our current structure on good. Now, if market will give us any pullback after the first pullback it will give us another major pullback. It will be within this what bearish candle right here. So this will be another what another of our what major point of what interest. Now we'll continue on Euro USD. We understand that what Euro is getting stronger, but at the same time USD is gaining strength a little gradual by gradual again. So of last week we discussed this buy program. We look forward a buy program on USD to target this high. So after targeting this high, which was on Tuesday, on Friday, on Wednesday, that Tuesday, that is on Tuesday, market started selling. I didn't take this sell. All right. Market continued selling right here. This was a trade I took, though I didn't update it in the channel. I took this trade right here, the downside. After this first run, market gave what a short-term buy program right here, right? Target this high. After that, sell program in. Now, these are the major moves that market is offering on this major days. At the moment, we understand that on USD, after this current reversal that market is offering, let me go to minutes time frame. I want to check something. Let me use 5 minutes. All right. So let's see. Okay, can't see this time frame. Okay, and we'll be digging that deep. Okay, so market now what has given us this break of structure and it's trending to the downside, right? So let's give a short-term analysis on this particular level. Let's do a short-term analysis on this particular pair. Even on day time frame, let's see what market is doing. Now on this Euro USD on weekly time frame, we see weekly CRT right here, all right, for a bearish expansion. So when you look at it on H4 time frame, the first break of structure we have is this. This will be our first break of structure right here, right? It gives a short-term pullback, a lower low right here, then a lower high here. Okay, so and that will be our first short-term break of structure, which is internal structure right here. This will be a major break of structure, which is external major low, right? On this H4 time frame. Now, since this is what our major low, the next time we expect price for market to give us what retracement into this range before we look for sell program. If market will really what sell. So that will be our next major goal on this particular pair. If market will look for more sell program, we expect market to give us what reason for that, right? We expect market to give us reason for that sell. So the areas I've been monitoring for the week. First, we understand that this high right here, market is here to what create any valid reason why market will not take it out. Right? So the first thing I do is this: I'll have a short-term break of structure to the downside right here. So I'll wait for this candle, this bearish candle, close below this low, this weak low, the close below it. Then I will know how I will expect my next major move. If I expect it to run into this area, or before I look for sell. If not, then it can give us a deep retracement before we'll be looking for a sell program. Now, why am I looking for a sell program? I'm looking for a sell program at least to clear this whole range structure, right? Clear this whole range structure right here, or this movement to the upside. So at least to into the same balance right there. If market gives us that type of move that we want, which close below this with body, right? Close below this week with body, then we can expect what retracement into this range, a continuation drop to this range before expansion again, right? Because what Euro USD is still bullish, so I'm expecting what short-term downtrend. So if market offer that entry or offer that setup, we'll update you guys. Now the same thing on this particular pair. On daily time frame, we'll have market rejecting this particular high, and since market rejected the high, we'll have short-term break of structure right here to the downside. Right, short-term break of structure to the downside, or the major break of structure, okay, which is this. So after this major break of structure, we'll have market using internal structure to continue to the downside. We'll have this structure range. So this area is still mitigated based on how I read mitigation. This zone still what unmitigated. So if this zone is still unmitigated, our market below it will force. So I will what expect market to use the breaker of it. It will be this. So this will be my QY on this particular right here. So for a buy for a sell program. Another one, another major reason or another thing you consider is what where will market would likely get. We have what unsupported low right here. All right, this unsupported low is a major area I will expect market to what trade into before I look forward to buy program. So if market continue dropping from here, I will expect market to trade into this area before I will be looking forward to buy program to trade into this level. Then if a pullback is offered, then we sell. If not, we can make a higher high at that point. So anyone market offer first, then we trade based on reaction, and I will also update it in the channel. Same thing right here. We have this pair. It has traded into this major range right here, and it's what touch this SC candle, right? So since I touch this SC candle, say what the probability that it can continue dropping downside. So if that decide to happen, the next thing is what we look for what continuation of sell program. And this is what on this time frame we have it as what weekly. So where do we have a reconstruction this weekly time frame? We have a high, a low, a high. All right. So a lower low, a lower high, then we have now a lower low. So this become our major structure range right here. This high right here, in my view, is protected at the moment. So since it's protected, if this low is not taken out, we have a short-term pullback to the upside. The market start buying, then I will look forward a buy program to this area before I will sell. If not, if market decide to give us a pullback right here, I also look for a sell program for market to make a lower low right here. So this looks more realistic for market to sell from here from this imbalance, right? From this imbalance, and market has created liquidity for itself right here. So this high being taken out, it make more sense for market to make a lower low at this point, right? So that is just the major thing. But if market decide to come back here, no problem. I'll still update the trade. On USD, we can see market rating this low as what liquidity. Market rate it as what a liquidity. So since market rate it as a liquidity, it's a what high chance now that what we can expect what a buy program. I expect a buy program. On the weekly time frame, we see that right here. It traded this little low right here. On daily, the same thing, you can see it clearly. So on 1 hour time frame, this is what I'm expecting on this 1 hour time frame. This structure range right here. This will be my major QY on this pair. So if market come to this area before buying position, that would be what bad for me. But if not, it has already taken liquidity right here. So and it has given first entry on lower time frame around here. So it can decide to continue from here outside. If you give another entry, I will update it. Then we look for a buy program continuation the upside. And if the buy program happen, your first target will be this high. After that, this high, right? Then next, because this zone right here has mitigated this void in a week, so I don't think this void in a week right here will hold price again, right? So I will expect market to rate that above it and trade it into this imbalance. Give my watch. Another target. So that is that on USDGF. On USDJPY, the same thing or the same program is happening here. On this 4 hour time frame, we have a 4 hour time frame reversal, and at the same time, we also have a 4 hour time frame reversal right here. Now we understand something. Market broke this high, hit the higher low, higher high, right? This hit 4 time frame. So the next thing now I'm monitoring on this USD JPY to look at it from daily time frame or from daily perspective. Yes, it's aligning to what our view. Weekly perspective, no complete structure this weekly time perspective apart from what by program. But on 1 hour time frame, the next thing I expect is what mitigate this breaker block right here, right? This breaker block right here. Since market has mitigated this breaker block, and we have what a short-term break structure to the downside right here. Okay, so but you see how market is respecting this what support level right here. Okay, since market is respecting this support level, market give us a reason to cut this low. If possible, close below this low with body. That alone has given us what more confirmation for sell and this to take out this low, not only to take out this low, but at the same time, so what for this particular low, right? That means at that point will be what bearish. But until then, market is still what bullish. So that means this low right here is what inducement low. So that means market trade into this what major structure range. Because on the major structure range, they still remain a major structure range. On this USD JPY. USD card, the same thing. While we break a structure right here, a lower low, lower high, lower high right here, then market will continue dropping to the downside. Now, since market now has continued dropping to the downside, it has come now to mitigate this level. If market continue to make a lower low right here and close below this low with body, that has given us a what more confirmation that we will make a lower low this low, or making a lower low on that low. We will also would take out this low and get to this particular level. Possible to take out this major low, which is what weekly low, right? So the low is visible on weekly time frame right here. So that means market will likely take out this weekly low. All right. So that is my view on major USD pairs for the week. So other views, I will update it in the channel either this evening or tomorrow in the morning. So good luck and good trading to you all.